Hello my friends and welcome. We have been in Washington State for the past couple of weeks and have some great videos in store for you. Today we went to Bainbridge Island, just a ferry boat ride away from Seattle. We visited the Bainbridge Organic Distillery, which primarily distills whiskey. We are doing some tastings today, so stay tuned for a smooth adventure.
Which one was that one again?
So this is the Bainbridge Battle Point whiskey. It's a small batch whiskey. Yeah, so this is just from some of the information they give you here. It's a very like 30s, 40s style whiskey. There's a lot of almost peat smell that you get from like an Irish whiskey, or peat taste, excuse me. It's very, there's a lot of spice to it, a little bit of oakiness on the backside of it. Wouldn't necessarily know if I would buy a bottle of it and drink it, but I can understand the appeal to people who enjoy a good soft smoke with a lot of spice. So
I'm gonna try it.
yeah.
Even though I don't care for whiskey much. I like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely, that's a whiskey drinker's whiskey. That's not like, that is not a first whiskey I would ever introduce to somebody. That's definitely something for a developed palate that really knows what they enjoy.
It really lingers, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It sits
Drink
on the
that
back.
on a cold day. You'll be warm like the whole day.
All right, so the next one is the Whiskey 40 Saloon. This is the first bourbon that they have, but it's a 100 proof bourbon. So it's 60% heirloom corn, 25% rye, and 15% white wheat. And it utilizes a specific strain of yeast that they use. It's supposed to pull the grains above the corn. We're gonna see, one of the things about bourbon is it's a corn-based whiskey. To be considered bourbon, it has to be a minimum of 51% corn. So, and that's one thing I traditionally like about bourbon, is it is usually a little sweeter, and it usually has.
And if he likes it, he can't get it because they're sold out.
Yeah, they're sold out of it right now.
Unfortunately.
So, the one thing about this is it's a 100 proof bourbon, which is a little higher proof than I traditionally like in bourbon. I'm more of an 80 proof kind of guy. Some 90s, but most of the time 80. So.
Ooh. No? He's unsure.
Hang on.
Going in for another taste.
That's different. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's different.
Usually when he says something's different, it usually means that I'll like it. So let's see.
That needs water. But
it's very buttery.
It's almost like honey. It's sweet.
Like that's the first initial when I was letting it linger on my palate, was it tasted very kind of, yeah, just buttery.
Yeah.
Like that's the only word I can think of. So real quick, I don't think we mentioned the price for this 4-taster.
Yeah, so it's $5.
Yeah.
So $5 for, and you pick any 4. They've got 2 or 3 different gins. They've got vodka, and then they've got a handful of bourbons and whiskeys. So the next one we're gonna try is the Two Islands Barbados cast. So it's aged for 10 years in white oak American barrels. and then they move it to, so this is from the Mount Gay Distillery in Barbados, and it's used for their extra old rum, so the XO rum. I've never had the Mount Gay rum, but I've heard it's really good. So yeah, this should be interesting. Specifics they talk about are vanilla, butterscotch, and wood, and then a little bit of tropical fruits. So I'm guessing like mango, pineapple. Yeah, you can smell that's. It smells almost like a rum. It's got the spice that you would normally have in a rum.
I wouldn't know. I've never got a parking ticket. Yeah, because you don't realize.
It's like a really, really, really light spiced rum.
I mean, what am I doing right now?
Alright,
Hey,
I'm gonna give it
want
a
me
try.
door stopping?
That is light. Like even for me,
Really,
usually
really
like
light.
when I drink these kind of hard alcohols, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm drinking nail polish. That's just my experience. But yeah, if you're not a fan of like that super strong back taste of strong alcohol, this actually really isn't
Yeah.
that bad.
That's definitely. I could see like this would be like really, really good for if you're gonna make, if you want to make like a take on a rum drink. This would be really, really good to use, like without a doubt. That would be great.
Yeah, like even in like mixed drinks, I have a feeling to add just a little bit of that rum to it, more of a lighter rum.
Yeah.
And the gin. Should I do the gin?
So
Should I do gin first?
let's talk to it real quick. Hang on. So this is the Heritage Oak Organic Doug Fir. So this is gonna be interesting. So it's brewed with obviously juniper, cardamom, coriander, Seville orange peel, lemon peel, licorice root, angel root, orris root, fennel, and Doug fir boughs. So this should be interesting. For reference, I am not a gin fan. I like the occasional gin martini and gin and tonic on a rare occasion. That's about it.
Or unless it's hiding in a mixed drink.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it's mixed drinks, that's different. But to like by itself, yeah. Ooh. If you like gin,
You might like it.
you may like this
We're doing it for you.
for science.
For science.
So, I will say, if you don't like Irish whiskey, like peaty Irish whiskey, don't drink that. Taste it.
Okay, alright.
You'll see what, like, it's gonna have.
Don't know what I'm drinking.
So what you're tasting is peat.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
That does not belong in a drink at all.
So it's. So one thing, I mean, if you're watching this and you know anything about Irish whiskeys or single malts, let me rephrase. There are single malts and Irish whiskeys
just
that
drink
have,
cleaner.
yeah.
Like scented cleaner.
What you're tasting is the evergreen in it. And I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't particularly care for it.
I don't either.
But
And I'm
I
okay
can,
with gin, and that's not one of them.
yeah. I know a lot of people that enjoy it. I am not one of them. So, yeah. And with that, we're going to close this portion of the tasting out. We're going to walk across the street. You can maybe see it back behind me.
Yeah, so right over there. There's also a winery portion and a beer brewery. Don't know if it'll be in this video, but it'll definitely be in the next. So make sure to subscribe so you can see it.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you later.